All right, what is happening? Welcome to another print review. Friends, this is gonna be pretty exciting stuff here. Why is that? Well, this is a print coming in from Lumaprints. This is their metal print. I've been waiting for some time to get my hands on one of their metal prints to see what this was all about. Now, as you may know, if you've watched this channel here for any duration of time, recently we have reviewed some of their various different prints, their foam mount prints and stuff like that, and I was pretty darn amazed. When you look at the eco, the kind of the cosmos of various prints, you have a pretty decent sized pool in the high end, luxurious prints and so forth, and then in that middle section there's a few companies here and there. It's generally sparse, and then you have a large group of inexpensive prints. Now this has been an area that, from my experience, I've not had any success with inexpensive print companies because they usually cut so many corners that at the end of the day I just cannot get excited and get in front or behind that print for that matter and make recommendations. And over the years, many of you had made requests to us about Lumaprints, or not so much requests, but asking questions about it, because it is a company that has bridged that affordability. Their prints are, from the ones that I have reviewed so far, are absolutely pretty darn amazing. And so many of you had asked, what did we think? What did we think? And so we started getting our hands on some of their prints, and we've been pretty darn impressed. And in this is a metal print, and I'm itching to see what that looks like. But for the sake of, if this is your first one of our videos that you are watching, let me get you up to speed as what's going to happen. In a minute, actually right now, I'm going to crack this thing open. I'm going to evaluate the packaging. I'm going to evaluate the print, the frame, the colors, A to Z about this. And I'm going to let you know what I think. You may agree, you may not. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if you decide to go out there and buy a metal print from Lumaprints here, you're going to have a good idea as far as what your dollar is going to get you. So anyway, all right, let's stop jibber-jabbering and crack this thing open. All right, the box, it's a box. It's not really, it's a thin-ish box, so nothing really to get all excited about or this or that. But as we can see, that's a, oh, there we go. What is that? Let's see, what is this here? Metal print hanging instructions. Okay, there we go. So they give you some instructions in the front there on how to hang. But that's not what I wanted to point out. This is the reason why I don't care what the box, how thick it is how they package. So the print is right in here. You have these two bits of cardboard on both sides that are going to take side impacts from both sides. And then let's see. Oh, here we go. Let's just crack this open. Pretty cool stuff. Yeah, I remember a few years back, some of our earlier reviews, more companies were shipping where we saw that especially more so with the canvas prints. Boy, they would ship these things out, and the prints would be just basically inside of a box moving around. Some might add a little bubble wrap to it, but nothing extravagant, as you can see some companies doing these days, which is really good, because the moment this frame leaves, or this print leaves the print shop, it's in the hands of UPS, FedEx, DHL, whoever the hell it may be, drop kicking it from the print company to where it's going. Look at that, that's actually pretty cool. So this is, I mean, seriously, look at that. That is really something interesting. And this right here is that foamy stuff that, it's funny enough, it looks like the insulation that you would put around like a copper pipe or something like that, but it's foam, it's protecting it, which is really, I've never seen that before. That's really slick. Okay, let's get this off here. Let's get this out of here. Okay, so as we can see there, that is keeping that all well protected. All right. There is our print. Okay, that's Norway. Yay. All right, so I really like that. Again, we're talking about the side impacts are all covered. So now this, with that cardboard right there, that is keeping, especially off that's keeping the back and the front kind of in a sandwich in the center there. That's actually pretty slick. Now, this print right here, total cost is $109. So it's a very affordable option. All right, there we go. All right, and then right around the print we have some plastic wrap to protect it even further. Okay, let's put that down there. Norway has always been one of my happy places. Okay. Boy, those colors are popping really nice. If you've never been to Norway, they have these. This is right in Reine, R-E-I-N-E. Hope I'm not saying it. I should know how to pronounce that, as I've been there a number of times. This is beautiful. So they have all these fishing huts that are either like this red or this orange, and it just really pops out really nice against the contrast of the rocks and the snows. And then, of course, the hero of the show, the Northern Lights. That looks beautiful. And the colors look absolutely deep, and by deep, I'm referring to like in the blacks there. It looks like it could fall right in there. Again, this is a $109 print. This is absolutely stunning. The detail is fantastic. And one of the things I like with this photo right here is right in this area, you have all of these in Norway. You have all these. They hang fish outside because the climate out there allows the fish to dry, and that's what these racks are right here. And so you see all these sticks and these racks there, and it serves really nice to be able to observe the sharpness of the photo. Geez, actually, you can actually see just the level of detail in the sides of these buildings right here. This looks absolutely incredible. Now, outer edge, and I don't recommend others to do it because sometimes I have seen prints where it's like a sawtooth and you can actually cut your hands on that. Okay, one of the first things I noticed when I flip this over, again, you see the Chromolux badge right there, so you know you're getting good, authentic material. And while I'm looking at it, so you have a rather simple frame that is glued, or say, I'm guessing they're probably using like a 3M. Yeah, it's like a 3M tape that's holding that on there. The mounting hardware is nice. It's not just a metal core. There's actually like a rubber or plastic going around it. Looks nice. The edges of the frame are well done. There's no cracks in it. And I mentioned this in a video not too long ago. It's funny. Sometimes when you notice in the back of some of the metal prints, or I notice that you'll have little scuff marks and so forth. It's not a big deal. It happens. But there's, other than my grubby paw prints on here, there is no marks at all on the back of this here. Again, I'm floored. This is $109 right here. This is what I was talking about earlier. One of the questions that we see come in quite often with regards to the Lumaprints is, okay, is it worth the money? Because your consumers are jaded, because generally speaking, inexpensive prints are garbage. They're not good. This Lumaprints is zigging when others are zagging. This is really, really fantastic. Let's take a look at the scorecard for Lumaprints metal print. All right, friends, and there you go. Lumaprints hit a big home run. I absolutely dig the direction their compass is pointed at. They've managed to bring affordability into a market that is saturated with a lot of very expensive or pricier prints. And that's fantastic because it works out great because it's filling that void in the marketplace where otherwise you're forced to go with stuff that just is not on Chromalox. They're not using good printers. This is beautiful, absolutely stunning. Good job, Lumaprints. Now, friends, if you want more information about Lumaprints, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some links down below in the show notes. Feel free to go over there, order yourself a print, and if there's other companies that you would like to see us review in the future, let me know by messaging us or by leaving notes down below or a comment down below. But friends, that is going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.